Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Jai Hind. I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. So, I hope all of you are doing well. Good evening. Okay, so good evening, everyone, and welcome to the session. I am also quite good, and I hope that all of you are doing well. Good evening. Okay, so like if we look at the current scenario, you may have seen that from the last 2-3 days, the entire newspaper is flooded with news articles with respect to India, the strike on terror camps in Pakistan. Okay. India has not said that it is a war against Pakistan. India has always said this. We have always said only this one part, that we are attacking against the terror camps or terrorist organizations based in POK or Pakistan. Okay. So we are just doing that. We are not attacking against any country or any people. We are attacking, or our fight is with terrorism. So you may have seen that, like how beautifully the press brief and all other things are being provided by Ministry of External Affairs or even the Defense Ministry of India. So that is one thing which, if we see right now, that is one of the best part of diplomacy. At the second part, you may have seen that this is also the time when a lot of misinformation is going on across the world. There are various propagandas which are being run by Pakistani news channels or even the government of Pakistan. Okay. And at the same time, like from various parts of the world, various fake news and all other things are also being circulated. At the same time, last day what we have seen, that there have been so many fake news, or you can say that partial truth or fake news, you can say, or blunders which has been done by some of the media channels of India also. Today in the morning, even the External Affairs Ministry, it had to say for the second time, like just after this attack on Pahalgam, the Ministry of External Affairs, they have an IT ministry, they have issued a warning that you should not be saying anything just based on the on the basis of any random source. Wait for the official confirmation and only then you can give a news. But based on unconfirmed sources and based on just some random thoughts and all other things, like especially last day, like yesterday night from around 8 p.m. to 12 a.m. in the night, so many news were going on which was having no such connection with the truth. It was creating like a fear in the mind of people also. Okay. Like for the initial period of time, it was creating a fear among the mind of people also. At the same time, it was also giving a lot of misinformation and all other things. Plus, how they are using, how they are misusing the sirens which are there. The sirens are there in the cities to alert the people, but the news channels are using sirens in their news broadcast. People might get confused whether it is coming from the news channel or it is coming from the original sirens. So those news channels were using sirens for breaking news and all other things. What they are doing, like they are having their Rafales and everything going on fine, you can have all the creativity, but why they are using sirens also in their news rooms? Okay, so that is creating a chaos, that is creating a misinformation. And right now you don't have to see this news coverage line by line, like you don't have to see it all the time. There is one simple thing, like right now if you want to see, there are few news like papers for example, the Hindu or Indian Express, they are giving you news a little bit late. It's not that they are just giving you the breaking news. Okay. They are giving you news a little bit late, after 15 minutes, after 30 minutes, after 1 hour, but they are giving you news only after the actual confirmation of the news. They are giving it only after the actual confirmation of the news, not something random. So just try to see those news articles which are coming from authentic sources. Okay. And yes, there is no need to having any such spreading any such rumor or getting any such fear or anything like that. Our army is well equipped to handle any situation arising out of Pakistan. Okay. And the simple thing is, like it has always been said by Indian government, our fight is not against the people of Pakistan, it is against the terrorism which is coming from there. Okay. So this is also the official statement. In all the official statement, you may have seen the common thing which has been said by Indian Army. Okay. And even the External Affairs Ministry of India. Okay. Yes, जो चीजें हुई भी नहीं है, but there was one thing which I have particularly seen. There was one thing which I have particularly seen in one of the news channel. Like they were saying this part that India has attacked various cities of Pakistan. Then there was news also that India has occupied various cities of Pakistan. And I was seeing that on YouTube. So comments and all of the things which goes on side by side, that was also there. So one of the comment which was there, that caught my attention. One of the comment which was coming on a new channel comment feed, one of the comment was that once India captures Pakistan, there will be one institution of Khan Global Studies also in Pakistan. So there also Khan sir will open a coaching, and from there also we will study for it. Okay. So that is one thing which I like. This was one of the comment on one of the channels, that perhaps one of the student was also seeing that news feed, and he has commented that after this Khan sir will have a classes in Islamabad also, or from other places also. So we are not going there as of now. Okay. So we are going to have it from India only. So we don't have to worry about it. When there was attack in Pahalgam, then some of the students said that we should have this center in Jammu and Kashmir. Now you are saying that we should have center in Islamabad also. So we are not going for that. Okay. Yes, we are going to start with the practice session from Tuesday. From Tuesday, the time will be announced. From then, we will have the practice session. Okay. So this was the first part. See, the topics which we are going to discuss today, one of the first topic is Nipah virus. Okay. So this is one of the virus which was there in the news. Okay. This was one of the virus which was there in the news. It has resurfaced again. So we will talk about this. Then there is this one smaller issue about disqualification of MLAs. Then the third issue is about maternal mortality rate. And fourth issue is about predatory pricing. All other things are just about the war and all other things which are going on right now. So it's not that much relevant from the exam purpose. Okay. Can we say that it's question news? Yeah, of course it is impacting their credibility. It is not only impacting their credibility, it is impacting the credibility of India in the global forums also. Our diplomats, our ambassadors are going on various international media. They are putting forward the point of India, that why India is targeting terrorist camps in Pakistan. Why India is targeting this? So India is putting its point in front of international media, in front of international forums and new channels. Why they're all these tactics and everything for their TRP. Like if you see their thumbnail, the way they have designed thumbnail, it's very like why they are doing this. And it is not only about the new channels. Some of the other people who are also there, they are making videos on current affairs or other things. So they are also doing the same thing. Okay. So this is one part. Now, if we look at this, these are the topics which we are going to discuss. These are the topics which we are going to discuss. But before that, let us see some questions. The first one is this: with reference to the Starlink satellite internet project, consider the following statement. Starlink operates satellites only in geostationary orbit to provide global internet coverage. It is required to store user data locally in India as per DOT guidelines. Starlink is collaborating with Indian firms like Jio and Airtel for infrastructure support. So, which of the statement given above is are correct? Don't worry, Rohan, we will discuss about drone technology, but just not because it is going on in the news. So just because something is going on in the news that what drones have been there, we don't follow these current affair things like headline things or breaking news type things. Okay. They are not relevant. Okay. Once there is any such new drones which are being brought by India, like India has brought down this Predator drones from US. So when India has got the Predator drones from US, which was a remarkable one, so then we have discussed that. Okay. Yes. So if you look at this, first one is incorrect. You know that we have got this in low Earth orbit. So here the first one is incorrect. Second and 3 is correct. So answer will be option number A. Okay. Second question. Consider the following statement regarding India's recent space policy and reforms. In space acts as a single window regulator for private participation in the space sector. After 2023, ISRO has shifted focus primarily to national level strategic programs and research and development. The Department of Space functions under the Ministry of Science and Technology. So, which of the statement given above are correct? This is question number 3. Consider the following statement regarding India's recent space policy and reforms. In space acts as a single window regulator for private participation in the space sector. After 2023, ISRO has shifted focus primarily to national level strategic programs and R&D. The Department of Space functions under the Ministry of Science and Technology. So, which of the statements here are correct? Question number 2. Okay, D option, C option. B option. See, if we look at this, in space acts as single window regulator. So this one is correct. Okay. It is a single window regulator for private participation in space sector. We have seen it last day also. Second thing, we have seen that after the space policy, after this national space policy, what we see that now ISRO has shifted focus primarily to national level strategic programs and research and development. So that is also true. Now ISRO is no more engaged in launching of satellites or other things. Its prime focus is on research and development, interplanetary missions, national level strategic programs, etc. So second option is also correct. The Department of Space functions under Ministry of Science and Technology. That is incorrect. Okay. Department of Space is not coming under any specific ministry. It directly comes under the PMO. Okay. This one directly comes under the PMO. It is not coming under Ministry of Science and Technology. It directly comes under PMO, and from there it takes its guidance and everything. Okay. So here the answer is going to be option number A, that is 1 and 2 only. Okay. So C option, most of the people. So here just remember this one part, Department of Space functions under PMO directly, not under the Ministry of Science and Technology. Okay. Now, coming to the third part, this D option is 1, 2, 3, 4. In the context of cloud seeding technology, which of the following chemicals are commonly used for inducing artificial rain? Silver iodide, urea, calcium carbonate, and potassium iodide. So select the correct answer using the code given below: 1, 2, and 4, 1, 3, and 4, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is question number 3. Question number 3, what will be correct? Good evening. A option, D option, D option. Okay, so if we look at this, if we talk about the artificial rain, okay, so in this case, silver iodide is there, we have seen that. Urea is also there, we have seen that. Potassium iodide is also there, but calcium carbonate or marble has no such role in case of cloud seeding. Okay, so it is having no such role here. So 1, 2, and 4 will be correct here. Okay, so 1, 2, and 4 will be correct here. So answer will be option number A. There is no such role of calcium carbonate. Okay, dry ice can also be used. Mainly we see that silver iodide is used, urea can be used, potassium iodide can be used. So these are the common things which are used for cloud seeding. Okay, so that is our question number 3. Okay, now coming to this one portion, Nipah virus. So I think all of you know about the Nipah virus. So tell me, this is one of the most famous virus in the recent times. It is one of the most famous virus. Like, what is responsible for this? The name of the virus is Nipah. Okay. Now what we see that in Malappuram region of Kerala, we have seen that this Nipah virus, it has again resurfaced. Okay. So this is a type of zoonotic virus. This is a type of zoonotic virus. Zoonotic virus means the one which can be transferred from animals to humans. The ones which can jump from animals to human, that is called as zoonotic virus. Okay. We also see that this is a negative sense virus. This is a negative sense virus. So can you tell me what is the meaning of negative sense virus? Any idea about this? It is a negative sense virus. So what is the meaning of it? Negative sense virus. Okay, question number. Any idea about this? What is negative sense virus? This is one term which you will find often in the reports, that whenever we are talking about viruses, there is one thing called as negative sense virus. Okay. So normally there are two types of viruses. One is positive sense, one is negative sense. Positive sense viruses are those RNA based viruses which can directly start acting as mRNA in the host. That if a virus is attacking a cell, they are having generally RNA. So we classify the RNA virus into two types: positive sense, negative sense. So in the case of RNA virus, when they are going inside the cell, in positive sense RNA virus, we see that they start production of the protein directly. Means they don't need anything extra. They don't need to change their genetic structure. But in negative sense RNA virus, first they have to go inside the cell, then they have to get a complementary mRNA. Once they have got a complementary mRNA, then after they can start production of protein. Okay. So we see that in this case requires complementary RNA. what we see that they require complementary RNA. So this is a negative sense virus. So it is a zoonotic virus that we have seen first. Second thing is it is a negative sense virus. The third important part, that when we have got the first outbreak, when we have seen its first outbreak, it was there in 2001. And where we have this, like in the world, we see that it first originated from Malaysia, Singapore. In world, it has originated in Malaysia and Singapore in 1988. But in case of India, we see that it is there in Siliguri. It is there in Siliguri, which is there in West Bengal. Okay. And in the world, if we talk about the world, here we have seen that it is Malaysia and Singapore where we have seen the first outbreak, and it was there in 1988. Okay. So in 1988, sorry, not 88, 1998. 1998, we have seen that the first outbreak of Nipah was there, and from there it has started spreading to different parts of the world, India also. Okay. Now, when we talk about this Nipah virus, okay, it means it is requiring this complementary RNA. That is correct. Now, what is the natural host? You will find that the fruit bat which is there, we will see that the blood of it, the urine of it, or saliva of it, the blood, urine, or saliva of the fruit bat, this is the natural host. Natural host of Nipah virus. It is the natural host of Nipah virus. But from the blood, urine, and saliva, it is going into other organisms like fruits also, palm also, pigs also. And from there, it can all be transferred to humans. Okay. And even from human to human, also it can be transferred. So it can be transferred from humans to humans also. It can be transferred from fruits to humans also. It can be transferred from animals to humans also. So all these methods of transmission are there. And first, the natural host is Batman, not Batman, fruit bat. Okay. So the natural host is fruit bat. Okay. So this is the natural host of Nipah virus. Okay. Now you will find that there is one very important thing about this, mortality rate. In the case of this Nipah virus, the mortality rate is as high as 40 to 75%. Okay. 40 to 75%. Depends on the region, depends on the climatic condition, depends on the primary treatment and all. But even then, you will find that it has a mortality rate of 40 to 45%. In case of COVID, the mortality rate was quite low, 2-3%, 4%. But here what we see that mortality rate in case of Nipah virus is very high. It is quite high. Okay. Like if we talk about this Nipah virus, like this Nipah virus is impacting. It is impacting our nervous system. Okay. It is also impacting, like if we talk about this, it is impacting our brain and respiratory system. Okay. So impacts brain and respiratory system. So this is impacting the brain and respiratory system of humans. So that is one thing which we see in case of Nipah. Okay. So this is one part. Then you can again say this, when we are talking about the Nipah virus, you will find that WHO, it has listed this as a priority disease for research and development. Okay. So it has been included by WHO for priority research and development, but so far we see that there is no vaccine. There is no vaccine which is available for this Nipah virus. Okay. So Nipah virus is circulating, it is surfacing from time to time. People are getting infected. Okay. And when people are getting infected, what is the common sign and symptom? Commonly, people are having the problems like fever, headache, etc. etc. Means all these things can be there in case of Nipah virus. Okay. So this is the first topic, what is Nipah virus and what are the implications of it. Okay. Now, coming to the next one, I hope this Nipah virus is clear. Any doubt in Nipah virus? Single strand genome. No? Fine. Then the next question which we have, next topic which we have is disqualification of MLA. Okay. We have this one topic, disqualification of MLA. Basically, there were no topics in the news today. So I have chosen some of the topics, like some of the related topics which were there. So one of that was disqualification of MLA. Okay. Yes, Nipah virus we have discussed in the past also, means in the last 1 year. See, that is what I keep on saying, that if a topic is important for exam, you will find that it is getting repeated time after time. Like after every 3 or 4 months, you will find that there is Nipah virus all over the news. Okay. So then again, we have again found Nipah virus. So Nipah, H5N1 virus, these are common things. They will remain in the news always. Okay. Now here we have this one thing, disqualification of MLAs. A few months ago, in few months like in March itself, we have discussed this topic, that in Supreme Court, there was a case that should we have permanent disqualification? Should we have permanent disqualification for MPs or MLAs? If you have been attending the session, you may have gone through that session also, where we have discussed that should we have this permanent disqualification of those people who are convicted of a crime. Okay. So that is one part which is always there in the news about disqualification. Some of the MPs or MLAs, they are getting disqualified after time to time. Okay. Because there are like 45% MPs who are having criminal charges against them. Even if our judiciary is going in a very slow process, then also maybe after a certain period of time, there will be some judgment for a few of them. And even if a judgment is coming, many of them are going to become disqualified. Okay. So this is one part. We see that a court has disqualified a MLA from Karnataka Assembly. Okay. Whether he is reinstated or not, that is a future thing. So here we are not talking about the MLA. Here we are talking about the provisions. Okay. So what we see that disqualification. Like there are multiple grounds of disqualification. There are so many grounds of disqualification. One of the thing is under the 10th schedule of Indian Constitution. Okay. One of the ground of disqualification is 10th schedule of Indian Constitution. 10th schedule. Now under this 10th schedule, there are multiple options. If a person is voluntarily giving up his membership, if it is going against the party wishes, okay, or if a nominated member is joining the party after 6 months, okay, or what we see that an independent member is joining the political party after the election. So there are certain cases in which a person can be disqualified under the anti-defection law or the 10th schedule. So there are 4 conditions here. First is voluntary giving up membership. That if a MP is there, if a member of parliament is there, and that member of parliament is voluntarily giving the resignation from his membership of a political party, then he will also be disqualified as a MP. So that is one part. Like suppose that there is a MP of Congress or BJP. If they are resigning from Congress or BJP, so they will automatically lose their seat also. Okay. So while they have won the seat, but they have won the seat on the name of the party. So if they leave the party, they will have to leave the seat also. So that is the common concept. Second thing what we see, that if goes against party wishes, if goes against party direction, if someone is going against party direction, there also what we see, that there is disqualification. The third part is nominated member. A nominated member joins political party after 6 months. Like someone is being nominated in Rajya Sabha, and after 6 months he is joining any political party, so then he will be disqualified. Now see, there is this one part, that within 6 months, that member is entitled to join any political party. So if a person is appointed, if a person is nominated as a member of parliament in Rajya Sabha, then he has got this 6 months, and within that 6 months, they can join. Okay. So this is one of the provision. Now at the same time, if there is an independent candidate, independent elected member joins party, if an elected member joins a party, then also they are going to be disqualified from their position. So this is also something which we see here, that what is the basis of disqualification. But that is one part. Okay. There is also various provisions of disqualification under Article 102 and 193 of Indian Constitution. 102 is for the member of parliament, and 191. 102 and Article 191, they are for MP and MLA respectively. Okay. And what are the conditions here? The conditions is like this: if they are having any office of profit, so there they can be disqualified. Okay. Now can you tell me what is office of profit? Anyone? Can you tell me what is this office of profit? Can you tell me this part? What is office of profit? What is office of profit in India? Like we generally see that this term is often there, but what is the meaning of this? Government service, okay? Income from government job, delivering public services, now just to give you an example, suppose that there is an office, okay? There is an office. This office is responsible for appointing or giving tender. Giving government tender. Okay. Now there is a person, a MP. He has become the chairperson. He has become the chairperson, but receives no salary. No perks. Okay. So he is receiving no salary, no perks, and this is giving government tender. So in that case, this MP will be having this office of profit or not. Let me explain this once again. There is a member of parliament. He is acting as a chairperson of an office. Now, as a chairperson, he is not getting any salary, not getting any facilities. He is just acting as a chairperson. Now, in this situation, he is responsible for giving government tender. So, will it be called as a office of profit or not? MP or MLA, both. Whatever you want, Shikha. You can put MP also, MLA also. So if a MP is here and he is having this post, so will it be called as office of profit or not? So remember this one part, that even if he is not having any salary, but he is in such a position where he can grant favor to someone, whether he can decide if any government thing is being done, if any government work is being done under that office, so it will be considered as an office of profit. Yes, because he has the power to influence this. He has the power to influence. And since this is a government work, if he is having a power to influence this, it will be considered as a office of profit. Okay. So remember this one part, it will be considered as one office of profit. So what we see that if a person is holding an office of profit, then he will be disqualified. If he is of unsound mind, sometimes you may have seen that some of the MPs, like not MPs, MLAs, sometimes people become, there may be some mental challenges or mental health challenges with people after a certain period of time. So if a person is of unsound mind, then if it has been declared by a competent court, if it has been declared by a competent court, then that person can be removed from the office. That if a person is of unsound mind and he has been declared such by a competent court, then he can be removed from the post. Okay. Now, the third thing is, like what we see that if the person is like insolvent, if he has been declared by insolvent, undischarged insolvent, means bankrupt type. If that person has become bankrupt or others, then also he can be removed from his post. Okay. So that is also one of the part. If a person is non-citizen of India, then also there is provision. And at the same time, there is a third angle. There is a third angle or third provision of disqualification. Law made by Parliament. Here also, here we see that there are certain offences which are mentioned in the Representation of People Act 1951. Okay. So we see that offenses mentioned, okay, the specific offenses in Representation of People Act 1951. So here we see that there is lifetime disqualification. Lifetime disqualification, like rape, okay, or murder, kidnapping. So these are serious offenses if they are proved, or like any of the cases of crime against the state. Crime against the state means crime against India. So in that sections there will be permanent disqualification. In other cases, what we see that if imprisonment exceeds 2 years, if imprisonment exceeds 2 years, then what we see that there is a disqualification. Here also we see that there is disqualification. But this disqualification is for time of imprisonment. Here TOI means time of imprisonment plus 6 years. Plus 6 years. So normally we see that there are two things here. There are certain laws made by parliament. Okay. So there are certain offenses, if they are convicted of crime like rape, murder, kidnapping, or crime against the state, okay, crime against secular vision of the state and all other things, so there, or terrorism acts are there. So in that cases there is permanent disqualification. But in other cases, if it has been proved, if the person has been given a jail term of 2 years or more, so there we see that there is a disqualification first for the time of imprisonment and plus 6 years later also. So this is one thing which is provided in case of the third provision, law made by parliament. Okay. So this is one part. For misbehavior, is not the ground for removal of MP MLAs. If misbehavior was if suppose misbehavior was the ground for disqualification of MPs or MLAs, then there may have been time that we need to go for regular election, that after every 6 months we may need new elections, if misbehavior was simply the ground. Okay. Misbehavior is interpreted like corruption, bribery and all other things. But in general, if we talk about like, if we just put the people or disqualify them just for simple misbehavior, then we will not have the MPs, MLAs. Okay. So here we have this one question. First thing is, which of the following statements are correct? Viruses lack enzymes necessary for generation of energy. Viruses can be cultured in any synthetic medium. Viruses are transmitted from one organism to another by biological vectors only. So what will be correct here? Viruses lack enzymes necessary for generation of energy. Second thing is, viruses can be cultured in any synthetic medium. Third thing is, viruses are transmitted from one organism to another by biological vectors only. So what will be correct here? A option. I think we have done this question multiple times. So by now you will be clear, you will have clear idea about this, that viruses cannot be cultured in any synthetic medium. The second one is incorrect. Viruses are transmitted from one organism to another by biological vectors only. That is also incorrect. The first one is correct. So here the answer is A, that is 1 only. Okay. So like there are certain questions which we have revised so many times, like for example viruses, for example satellite systems. We have done it with respect to other topics also. Okay. We have revised them so many times that if there is any question coming on them, you should be able to solve it. Okay. Now coming to the next one, maternal mortality rate. Okay. So this topic was also there in the news. That is what I am trying to say, that the three topics which we are reading today, Nipah virus, disqualification of MLAs, and this maternal mortality rate, if we look at this, in this year itself, this has been there in the news for at least 2 or 3 times. We have already discussed about this maternal mortality rate in the past. We have discussed about Nipah virus also multiple times in the past in our current affairs sessions at 5 p.m. And at the same time about the disqualification also we have discussed multiple times. So this is the same thing which I am saying, that these type of topics keep on repeated time after time. And when I was telling you that how you have to make the notes, now I think you will get the clear idea that okay, when you are making the notes and if you are making the index, your work will actually reduce. And do remember this one thing, after reading the current affairs for 6 or 7 months, after reading them for 6 or 7 months, you will find that there is hardly any new current affairs. Because once you have read 400 plus topics or 500 topics, there is nothing new left to be covered. Many a times there will be repetition of the same topics. So here again we have this maternal mortality rate. You know that maternal mortality rate is calculated like death of pregnant women during delivery or during miscarriage per 1 lakh live birth. Okay. So per 1 lakh birth, what we see that per 1 lakh birth, the death of women, that is counted as maternal mortality rate. So we count it. Okay. Death of pregnant women that is how we calculate the maternal mortality rate. And what we see that now it has come down like from 2019 to 2021. Last time when we were reading about this, there it was showing that India's maternal mortality rate has come down below 100. It has come down below 100. So now we have the exact figure that 2019-21, here the maternal mortality rate is 93 per lakh. 93 per lakh live birth. This is one thing which we have achieved right now, 93 per lakh live birth. So that is the maternal mortality rate in India as of now, okay, as of 2029-21. Okay. And this information, it has been released by the Office of the Registrar General and Census Commissioner of India. Okay. Office of the Registrar General, Office of the Registrar General and Census Commission of India. So they have given this data that India's maternal mortality rate in 2019-21 is 93 per lakh live birth. Okay. So this is the decline. Like you can see, 2014-16, it was near about 130, and in the last 10 years, it has come down now to 93. Okay. It has come down now to 93. If we compare it with the global average, okay, if we compare it with the global average, what we see that like The global average right now is 158.8 deaths per 1 lakh. Okay. If we talk about the global average, last time also we have seen that if we talk about the global average, here it is 158.8 per lakh live birth. And at the same time, if we look at the goal, that where we have to reach, what is the goal, that where we want to achieve this. So United Nations Sustainable Development Goal, it wants to have this less than 70 per 1 lakh live birth. Okay. So here the goal is less than 70. The SDG goal of United Nations, it is less than 70 per lakh live birth. So that is the goal of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. This is the global average right now. For India, it is 93 per lakh live birth. Okay. In the last session, we have discussed this also, that why there has been a decline. We have seen. Can you tell me why we have seen a decline? Why improvement? Why we are seeing this improvement? That maternal mortality rate is declining in India. Why we are seeing this improvement in case of India? It is MMR. Per thousand is MMR. Sorry, IMR, not MMR, IMR. Infant mortality rate is calculated per 1000. Infant mortality rate is calculated per 1000. Okay. Right now it is 25.799. Okay. We have got this infant mortality rate. This is calculated per 1000. And here we see that 25.79. That is India's IMR. It is 27.99. Here you will find that the global average, here also the global average is 37. Okay. Global average, if we look at this, that is 37 per 1000. India has 25.799 per 1000. So why we have seen this improvement? Better medical facility, government institution, government incentive for institutional deliveries, ASA workers, yes. So there have been a number of things. First is the promoting. What we have seen, that promoting institutional deliveries. Government has come with a number of schemes. Many of the state governments as well as union government has been giving financial incentives like and due to that institutional deliveries have been promoted. So this is one of the key reasons. Then at the same time we see that we must not forget the role of ASA workers, Anganwadi workers. They are one of the major ASHA workers or Anganwadi workers. They are also one of the major game changer here. Okay. Plus, there is awareness among the people, education and awareness that has to play a role. Okay. Now, what we see that education and awareness. Now, there is one thing like in our society itself, there is one thing which has been seen, that there is a reverse psychology which is going on, like a reverse thing, a reverse anti-transformation is going on. I have heard many people saying this, that no, you should not be taking too much care of a pregnant woman. Why? There is a theory which many people give, that in the past, they used to say this, that in the past, the women were raising children on their own. There was no such involvement of the father or the other male people. That once a woman is pregnant, she was taking care of all the works also, and at the same time she could manage the baby also. So this is one thing which used to happen in the past, and we have seen that at that point of time the infant mortality rate was quite high. So now we have been able to reduce that. So while some of the people are saying that we will go back to the roots, we will have the same type of culture as we used to have 100 years back. So that I don't understand why they are thinking that, why they are going against that transformation. What is so like bad in accepting this fact that rearing a child or like nourishing a child is the duty of both father as well as mother? It is not a one-person job. It has to be done equally by the father as well as the mother. So this is one thing what we see, that education and awareness, while it is there, it needs to be done more and more. Okay. Yes, we can reduce it. Of course, we can reduce it. Okay. We can bring it down. We can bring it down. There can be substantial decrease in this. As people are having more and more awareness, it can be brought down. Many of these infant mortality deaths are happening because people are not taking care of nutrition. People are not taking care of their women during pregnancy. If people start taking care of women during pregnancy, then again this infant mortality rate will be reduced. Okay. So whether we are talking about infant mortality or maternal mortality, both can be reduced if we are taking good care of the women during the pregnancy. Okay. So this is one part. Now, one final article, that is predatory pricing. So the Competition Commission of India, it has announced that it has given new rules for predatory pricing. So you don't have to go in the discussion of those rules that for this sector this will be the rule. They have given sector wise specific rules, case to case basis. But here, from the examination purpose, what you have to understand is what exactly is predatory pricing. First thing which we have to see is what exactly is predatory pricing. Okay. So just to give you an idea, there is a telecom company X. Telecom company, its name is X. There were earlier many companies A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So they were charging, let's say, one was charging 100 rupees per month, another was charging 110 rupees, one was charging 120, another was charging 90, another was charging 80. So they were charging different tariff per month. So this telecom company came here and it said that we will give you at rupees 20 only per month. So we will give you at a very low cost 20 rupees per month. Okay. Then what happened that all the consumers, they shifted from all these companies to this company X. They started shifting from all these companies and they have shifted it to company X. After that, we see that these industries got closed. There is closure of these industries. Okay. These companies got closed. And once the company got closed, in 2 or 3 years, maybe it will require 2-3 years. In 2 to 3 years, all these companies got closed. And then there was no competition. So after that, this 20 rupees increased just to 200 rupees. So that is what we call as predatory pricing. Predatory pricing is a technique of keeping the price of any goods or services at such a low price which is not feasible. Okay. Like suppose that the cost here, let us say the cost here is around 70 rupees. The cost here is 70 rupees. So some of them are making huge benefits or huge margins, some of them are taking lesser margin. But this company, even if the cost is 70 rupees, it is charging the 20 rupees only. Okay. it is charging 20 rupees only. So in this scenario, what we see that the Competition Commission of India can fine this company, can put a restriction on these type of policies of the company. Okay. But this will occur only and only when the price is less than the cost. When the price is less than this cost. Okay. Suppose that, just to give you another example, if they were keeping prices at 200, let us say that they were keeping the prices at 200 rupees on an average. The cost was 70, and if this company was giving at 100, so this is not predatory pricing. If the cost is 70, this company is charging 100 and they are charging 200, so this will not be considered as a predatory pricing. Predatory pricing will occur when they are charging money below the cost, that their per month cost is 70 rupees in providing the services, but they are providing it for 20 rupees. So that will be a predatory pricing. Okay. So I hope you got the idea what is predatory pricing. There is no relation of this telecom company with any existing telecom company in India. All those things are only conceptual, theoretical, kalpanic. Okay. There is no relation of this telecom company X with any company in India. Okay. So that one thing is simply our predatory pricing. Okay. Now there is one more thing, and that is Competition Commission of India. Okay. So if we look at this, it is a statutory body. Okay. Competition Act is there, Competition Commission Act is there. So under that, this Competition Commission of India has been established. Okay. So this has been established under the Competition Act 2002. Okay. It is under this Ministry of Corporate Affairs, and if we look at this, its main objective is to promote and sustain competition, protect consumer interest, and ensure freedom of trade in Indian markets. Okay. So that is the main objective of this Competition Commission of India. So with this objective, Competition Commission of India is working in India. Now, it has got chairperson plus 6 members, maximum 6 members. They are all appointed by central government, and there is no specific qualification, but they are generally experts in law, economics, etc. They get a tenure of 5 years. Okay. So that is a statutory body, Competition Commission of India, which regulates all these things. Okay. So that's all for today. Okay. So that is the Competition Commission of India. So these were the topics which we have to study. Okay. कल का PDF नहीं मिला है. Why didn't you take the name of it? The Competition Commission of India has not taken the name of it. So why would I take the name? And sometimes it is not necessary to take the name. Sometimes you can understand it. कल का PDF नहीं मिला है, तो I will ask the team to upload it on the Telegram so that you will get it. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Let's meet on Monday. Okay. So meanwhile, try to revise all the topics which we have studied in this session, and then again on Monday we will meet and discuss the remaining things. Okay. Those who are going for examination, for today we have not discussed any mains topic, so that's why I have not given you a mains question. Today we have discussed just the prelims related topic. Okay, so that's why I'm not giving a mains question, but if you want, I can give you one mains question, that discuss the major achievements of India in public health in the 21st century. what are the existing challenges? So try to write this one. What are the existing challenges? Okay. So write this one part, and then we will meet again on Monday. Then we will discuss the other things. Okay. So thank you so much, everyone. Take care. All the best. Thank you.